Nana Appa Korankye IV is the chief of Akomfi Abaka, and he chairs the 2025 EELL conference. He also serves on the board of the Pan-African Center for Climate Policy. With extensive experience in agriculture and investment, he manages NOSME cluster across West Africa. An academic and a mentor, he holds an MBA, a postgraduate diploma, and studies in law. He's married with 3 children, dedicated to the environmental education and leadership development. Folks gathered, please help me welcome the chair of this conference, Nana Appa Korankye IV. Please.
Good evening to you all. It feels good to be back to Toronto. Lifelong learning, focused on climate change, adaptability, and then how we can mitigate its negative effects on the world, especially the global south, where we contribute very minimal to the problem. We actually end up as the biggest sufferers of the consequences of the climate change. But others will say there are so many other global initiatives that are tackling this. So why EELL? Yes, we have also realized that most of these initiatives are top-down, but we feel it is time we have a bottom-up approach. And the bottom-up approach is going to galvanize all the indigenous people wherever we may find ourselves, the original owners of the land. Before our visitors came, we know the indigenous people and their leadership had their customs and cultural practices that were intertwined with, promoting environmental resilience and sustainable use of our natural resources. Yes, then our friends came and they came to teach us that all our practices aimed at protecting the environment were backward, primitive, and all the negative terminologies they used for it. Yes, just so that they will have the opportunity to bring in their industrial machines to just dissipate the resources. Then it got to a point where they realized they've dissipated too much and they have to protect. So if you want to protect, then you have to go back to the people who were protecting before you went to truncate the process. And we have waited for a long time, they are not coming. So we have organized ourselves from the bottom in the meaning of the EELL conference, and we are pushing it up, and we are glad that you are all with us. So we, the indigenous people, have organized ourselves. We are fortunate to also have very important scientists amongst us who have done serious research that also conform with the original indigenous means of achieving this. In our midst is a young lady who the new government in Ghana, the president, we are privileged to have appointed her to be in charge of the protection of our environment. That is Professor Nanama Brown Kluche, who is a climatologist. So if we have her in our midst, you may raise your hand for them to see you. If we have a professor who is a climatologist in the midst of our setup, You know we are not joking. So please, get yourself ready for this, the little we have for you today, and the many that will come tomorrow. You are all welcome. Last year, I gave a lengthy presentation here. But this year, because the climatologist is here, she's here with Dr. Asian, who has also done some research in sustainable mining. So they are going to continue and give you updates from where I ended last year. Thank you very much. Welcome to the beautiful Canada. They are saying the weather is very beautiful. I don't see how the weather, because I've gone through it a lot. But yes, this is how beautiful it can get in this season. Thank you all for coming. May God bless you for accepting this initiative.
Thank you very much. If you're in Ghana and you clap like that for Nana, you'll be arrested. You must clap properly. When a chief speaks, we have to clap properly. Thank you so much. That's a wonderful speech. So, again, like I said, we are slowly, but we are getting there. One of the things that we intend to do, which Kwame and I discussed extensively, is that we know when you have professors and doctors in the room, they can be very academic in nature, because everything they speak must be backed by facts. And not every one of us is that academically oriented. So we want to make sure that we break down their terminologies and to summarize the conversation in such a way, a manner that the outcomes and the takeaways will be much easier for our own interpretation. That doesn't mean that you don't think academically. No, that's not what I meant. But we want to make sure that, just Kwame's speech, he said that the fingers are not equal, and so we process things differently. So for that reason, we intend to have a panel here. They will be here and they will be listening and monitoring all the presentations that will come after, and then we'll dive into a conversation with our panelists. And so I will gladly invite our panelists to join Nana on the high table whilst we get ready. So let's begin with Maud Masiyiwa. Maud, if you are here. Thank you, Maud. All right, and then we have Honourable Faizal Hassan is here. Honourable Faizal Hassan. Is Honourable Faizal Hassan here? Yes. Please. Thank you, Honourable. And we also have Gabriel Nii Kommey Adams. Gabriel Nii Kommey Adams, please. Please, let's welcome Gabriel. I will introduce them properly. This is just to get them to the table. Amazing, amazing young man. And then last but not the least, please, let's welcome Chenai. Thank you, Chenai. All right. At this point, we are going to dive into fraternal greetings. In a conference like that, it's always important to have folks around to bring greetings. And so our first individual who will give us a fraternal greeting is a Consul General from the Ghana Consulate in Toronto, in the person of Mr. Peter Taylor. Please, let's give him a round of applause.
May I stand on the existing protocols to say that I'm indeed honored to be part of this very important event. As we all know, the theme, balancing prosperity and heritage indigenous lands, is very timely and also very topical around this time, and also at a global level. This subject matter calls for collaboration from various stakeholders. And I'm delighted with the agenda for today. We have an array of distinguished personalities who will tackle various topics. It is our expectation that at the end of this conference, we will enrich the ongoing discussions, the discussions of how to strike the right balance between inclusive and equitable development, as well as sustainable development. I wish all delegates a fruitful deliberations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honourable Peter Taylor. We are grateful for your presence. All right, at this point, we will have a interlude. We have a short documentary that we're going to show. After the documentary, what the documentary is actually also to help prepare our guest speaker in the person of Professor Nana Ama Brown-Kluche to dive into the main speech for today. But we will watch a short documentary first.
Juukan Caves in the Pilbara region of WA were destroyed in May to make way for a mining operation.
Illegal mining on the Yanomami indigenous land.
It's only when the tide's out that people get the chance to fetch drinking and cooking water from this spring.
It blasted away an ancient indigenous holy site in Australia in 2020.
This cave is named after my old grandfather. There you got a Bulgaria there. This one we try to preserve for our old people and our younger ones. What they done is wrong. They took a lot of our heritage away. We done a hard work over years, nearly 6 years more. What they done here, they took everything away from the people. No good, hurt people, just destroying a people's country heritage.